Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. Today I want to show you how to make this very traditional Georgian dish called Pkhali. Georgia is a country in the Caucasus region of Eurasia. It's also a former Soviet republic. It is home to Caucasus mountain villages and Black Sea beaches. It is also a home to a very nice and warm-hearted people. It has a most amazing wine traditions, and by the way, they drink wine from the horns, and the most amazing food you could try. So what is Pkhali? Pkhali is a mix of minced vegetables and a paste of walnuts that's formed into this amazing appetizer. I'm gonna make an assortment of Pkhali today using green beans, spinach, beetroots, and also beet greens. And of course, to bind our vegetables together, we're gonna need some glue, which is gonna be our walnuts. We're gonna need 400 grams of raw walnuts and about 8 cloves of garlic. And guys, walnuts cannot be chopped. You either have to ground them up or you have to use mortar and pestle, the old-fashioned way. Turn them into paste. So here I have some beetroots and beet greens. I'm gonna use them both. And I'm gonna use a bunch of fresh cilantro. I'm gonna use some chopped spinach, and I've chosen to use the frozen one. I think it's a little bit more convenient. And you guys also gonna need some green beans. First, we need to boil beetroot to fork tender, and that should take a while. And then we'll talk about spices. Georgians are very famous for their unique spices like this one called Svanadian salt, which is actually not a salt. It's a blend of 7 different spices, but don't worry guys, you can get those spices on Amazon. And this one, very traditional and a must in all Georgian dishes, called utro suneli, which is pretty much a ground up seeds of fenugreek, which is also used in the green forms to make the most amazing salad. We also gonna need some red wine vinegar, some salt and pepper, and I'm using black and white, and I'm gonna use Aleppo pepper flakes, which are brighter in color and milder in taste than your regular chili flakes. Okay guys, and here's the trick to grind things up without things getting stuck on your grinder. There's a certain order you have to follow. So put your walnuts in first, then your garlic, then you're gonna put your cilantro, and then you're gonna follow it with the walnuts. And walnuts actually serving like a brush. They're gonna just clean everything up and make sure all the wet ingredients have gone through the grinder. But then, of course, in the small villages in Georgia, when the modern technology does not exist, they just use the stone grinders to turn everything into paste. So here we have our walnut paste ready. We're just gonna mix everything together and we're gonna move on to the vegetables. We need to boil each vegetable separately because one doesn't take the same time to cook than the other. So first goes in the spinach, and we're gonna cook it for about 5 minutes. Then we're gonna put it in the ice water to cool it quickly. Then moving on to green beans, and by all means guys, you can use the fresh green beans, but remember it will take a little bit longer for them to cook. And then we're gonna roughly chop our beet greens and we're gonna cook them, and it's gonna take a while for them to cook because we're using the stalks too, and in order for the stalks to get softer it will take maybe 15-20 minutes, and then after they cooked you guys can put them on ice water and let them cool completely. Each vegetable you have to drain very well and squeeze the excess water. And then back to our grinder. And in the old country guys, they don't use grinders. They just simply use their hands to mash the vegetables into a paste. So if you don't have a grinder, there's no problem. You can simply just chop the vegetables or mash them by hand. So as you can see, I ground up all my vegetables except the beet greens because those I'm gonna be cutting by hand. So you need to drain and squeeze all the water out of the beet greens, and then you guys have to finely chop them. And I think the chopped way are gonna look so much more prettier in the dish. Then we're gonna start making our Pkhali. In a large bowl, add your ground up spinach, then add your Svanetian salt and your utschossonelli, and about 3 tablespoons of that walnut paste. Then you're gonna add a little bit of salt and a little bit of that crushed Aleppo pepper. And then guys, we're gonna add just a splash of wine vinegar. And here we go, guys. We just need to mash it all up. And then, you know, if you need to wear gloves, wear gloves. And then we just need to combine all the ingredients to make it into a very, very smooth paste. The same process of putting Pkhali together will be applied to every single vegetable we cooked. And guys, in Georgia, they make Pkhali pretty much out of every single vegetable. They make Pkhali out of baked eggplant, out of green bell peppers, and you can choose any vegetables that you like, but it doesn't matter whether you're vegan, vegetarian, are you on keto diet, or are you paleo. I got you all covered with this recipe, guys, because this recipe, this dish will accommodate everybody. It's a really fragrant and very delicious dish that you can enjoy. It doesn't matter whether you're on the diet or not, or you just simply want something very, very tasteful on your table. And trust me, guys, after we put all these guys together, and then we're gonna form them a certain way that this dish is gonna look absolutely amazing on your dinner table. And if you ever have a chance to travel to Georgia, you guys will see how great of a country that is. The music is absolutely beautiful, and it's all about food. When the table is served in Georgia, it has the most amazing dishes. People there are very respectful, and they're known for their hospitality, and also they're known for their respect for the elderly. And if you see at the table, nobody will start eating until the elderly people will start eating, which, you know, it's a lot of respect. And here you go, guys. We're gonna put this dish together. We're gonna make it pretty for our presentation. So on a large plate, you can arrange some lettuce leaves, and then you take about 2 tablespoons of that Pkhali mix, and then we're gonna roll the balls out of it. And traditionally in Georgia, Pkhali is served with Georgian bread and some type of sauce, and of course some Georgian wine. And guys, this dish is very popular on the wedding table in Georgia just because of how festive it looks and how beautiful it looks on the table. And trust me, when you go to the wedding in Georgia, most likely they're gonna have Pkhali on their table. If you're interested in some other Georgian dishes, I guys have them on my channel. I will link them down below, and you guys can check them out, because Georgian food is extremely flavorful and very delicious. And traditionally, this dish is decorated with little seeds of pomegranate. And look how beautiful it looks, guys. And then of course you can put a little bit of cilantro leaves in there. I hope you guys like this introduction to Georgian cuisine. I hope you like this recipe. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you soon. Bye.